Hi, Gen Revamp. This is Gen Revamp Studios. This is the place where we agree to disagree, just evolve for the better together. My name is Crystal Lenore. As always, thank you for joining me today. I get super excited on record days, so thank you for joining me today. With that, I hope everyone's having a great day, and we're going to go ahead and get into the topic of today's show. So today we're talking about discernment. And what's interesting about this subject is that I actually did a video already on discernment, but I spoke about it from the perspective of understanding how to discern good leadership. But I'm doing a video again on discernment because I really want to hone in on the discipline of discernment independent of anything else. And I'm primarily doing so because to understand me as a person, I'm an emphatic person, meaning that I'm very sensitive to the sufferings of others. I do not like to see other people taken advantage of at all. So I really wanted to speak about this subject and really hone in on it because what I'm noticing in the world is that we have a lot of people that fall up under the wrong leadership, or they find themselves in bad situations because they're having a hard time distinguishing between the darkness in this world and the light in this world. And this is primarily because the darkness of this world is mimicking the light. So it's difficult for some people to discern what's going on. So with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get into the topic and define discernment for you. So according to the Merriam-Webster's dictionary, discernment is defined as the quality of being able to grasp and comprehend what is obscure. What is obscure? Unclear, mysterious, hidden, shrouded in darkness. Discernment is also defined as the ability to judge well. If you're religious or spiritual, you understand discernment to be the perception in the absence of judgment with a view to obtaining spiritual guidance and understanding from a God or supreme being. Other examples of discernment. Discernment is the ability to make wise decisions when the details are murky. Discernment is the little voice on the inside that warns us about potential danger even when we can't detect or see it. Now I'm going to talk to you about strategies for becoming more discerning individuals. Strategies that you can employ in your life if you aren't a discerning individual already. So number one, beauty distracts. And I know that sounds so strange that I would list that, but beauty distracts. And let me tell you why. We live in a very jaded world, and everything is just very superficial. It's all about how you look, how you dress, what you drive. We just live in a very superficial and jaded world. And I will be so happy when we get back to a time where people are actually judged by the content of their character versus what they look like. Because this is how people are judging people now. These like snap superficial judgments and analysis that they're doing of people, just within a split second of looking at them. This is how we're judging people now. So, but beauty distracts. And if you are someone that can be carried away by beauty, you will find yourself in situations where you will end up in bad situations. You will be misled by people. You will be deceived. Do not be lost. Get lost in a nice pair of dimples or someone that wears a nice tailored clean suit. Whatever it is, beauty distracts. And we have people in life who have people's eye, meaning that they look good on the outside, but they are not good on the inside, and that's where it really counts. These individuals are normally morally corrupt. So, again, do not be taken away by beauty. In the context that we're talking about beauty, we're talking about it in the context of discernment. So with regard to beauty, I want you to learn to train yourself to focus on the content of the character. Focus on the environment and the situation at hand. Do not let beauty take you astray because it distracts every time, and oftentimes it can be misleading. That was number one, beauty distracts. Number two, watch. Watch everything. If you don't already, get into the habit of watching everything. Don't let anything go unnoticed. Learn your environment and watch people. It's important not to only watch what people do when they're in front of you, but watch what they're doing when they think that no one is looking. That's when you find out who the true person is. That's when you find out if the character that they portray in front of you really lines up with what they're doing when they think that no one is looking at them. So learn to watch everything. Don't let anything go unnoticed. Number two, that was watch. Now, number three, listen. Learn to be objective listeners and neutral, meaning do not go into a situation with preconceived conceptions about things. Learn to be neutral. Listen for consistency. Listen without interrupting. Don't listen for confirmation or validation. This is huge because I see people that do it a lot. Um, do not search out confirmation and validation, because when people pick up that this is the type person that you are, that you're always someone that's looking for praise, or you're always someone that's just looking for confirmation, it's easy for these people to take advantage of you because they understand that all they have to do is stroke your ego. All right. Also, be able to look out for people who overload you with information and statistics. These are the people in life who oftentimes present themselves as gurus and experts of some sort. These people, they tend to overload you with information or statistics, and really they do this because they may have preconceived notion that you do not know a whole lot about whatever you're talking about, right? Whatever the discussion is on. And so they do this to try to assert themselves over you as if they know more than you do. But really, if you really just take the time to listen, these people, they really don't know what they're talking about. They just have speaking points. And they have enough of them that it makes them appear as if they're knowledgeable in the area, and the truth is that they're not. So learn to listen. Something else that's huge with listening, listen for fluff words. Fluff is a term used to describe words or content that doesn't contribute or isn't of value. An example of fluff words would be amazing or love. I notice that people use amazing a lot when they don't know what else to say. Wow, that's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. What exactly is amazing? You've said amazing like 15 times already. Like what's amazing? Or let me give you another example. I notice with celebrities a lot whenever they're having interviews, sometimes the interviewer will ask them about current events, and these guys, they really don't have like an opinion about what's going on in the world sometimes, and they will use like a lot of fluff words. Let me give you an example. Let's say that we're watching a celebrity and an interviewer asks them about what they think about police brutality, and these guys don't really like to assert opinions on hot button topics like this sometimes. So they will say things like, man, we just gotta love, just love, just more love in the world, just love. Okay, yeah, that's right. We should love more, but you never actually answered the question. You just kept using this fluff word. Love has a positive connotation to it. So it gets people in their emotions, right? And it's like, wow, love. Yeah, that's right, love. But you're so lost in the fact that this person keeps saying love that you don't even pick up on the fact that they never even answered a question. So be on the lookout for people that use fluff words. So again, learn to listen, be neutral, listen to everything because you will pick up on things. You will hear things, you will hear everything, you will hear little details. And sometimes you will hear what's being said and you will hear also what's not being said. So learn to listen for everything. Number 4, declutter. Declutter. Now, declutter, what this means is to remove the foolishness of this world out of your life. When I say remove the foolishness of this world, that means all your burdens, bad relationships, bad habits, um, anything that's a source of negativity, remove it, declutter. Remove it and add things of substance into your life. The number one thing that you should add of substance is to add things that edify your soul. What I mean by this is when you should always be in the habit of edifying your soul. How do you edify your soul? For some people, it will be through religion, it will be through scripture if you're a spiritual person. For some people, it will be moral philosophy. I like moral philosophy, I'm really into that. For some people, it will be prayer. For others, it may be meditation. It will be different for everyone. But get in the habit of adding onto your soul. By adding onto your soul, you keep your character in check. Your character is the summation of who you are as a person. By keeping your character in check, you keep your internal belief system in check. So by keeping your internal belief system in check, you're continually doing a maintenance check on your character, right? So whenever you have people trying to impose ideas into your life, or whenever you find yourself in a situation where something is trying to be interjected into your life or imposed upon you that goes against your internal belief system, because you're constantly keeping this internal belief system in check, you will automatically reject it because you will understand that this does not coincide with who you are as a person. In addition to edifying your soul, add in, and keeping with adding things of substance into your life, add in positive friendships, add in positive relationships, add in positive hobbies. That will be basketball for some, swimming, arts and crafts, positive music, music that makes you feel good. It's going to be different for everyone, but learn to add things of substance into your life and remove the foolish things of this world out of your life. Number 5, listen to your gut. Listening to your gut means to listen to that little voice on the inside. That little voice that guides you and provides you with wisdom in face of doubt. That little voice on the inside that provides you with the right answers when the details are murky or unclear. This is discernment. Discernment is that little voice on the inside that warns you of impeding present day danger that you can't even see, nor can you detect, but there's something on the inside saying, that's a shady business deal, don't do it. Don't follow that person. I know that they look good on the inside, but it is something wrong. That person does not have the right intentions for us. Do not follow that person. This is discernment. This is what discernment is. Now, I want to go back to number 4 really briefly, quickly. Declutter. Because you took the time to declutter and to eliminate the foolish things of this world out of your life, this is why by the time you got to number 5, you were able to listen to your gut, because you removed the foolish things of this world and you added in things of substance. If you would not had removed the foolish things of this world from you, what would have happened is by the time you got to number 5, you would have never been able to hear. You would have never been able to hear that little voice on the inside, because the foolish things of this world would have overwhelmed that voice. It would have overtaken that voice. It would have overshadowed that voice. But because you took the time to edify your soul and to pour in all this goodness into your life, this paved way and gave room for that voice to be edified, because it was in congruence with everything else within your life. It was in congruence because you filled yourself with positivity. And so it wasn't out of sync with anything else that was going on in your life. But if you would have been filled with the foolish things of this world, the foolish things of this world would have overpowered it. And because it would have overpowered it, even if that voice would have tried to rise up above those things and get your attention, you probably would have never even listened to it. So this is why declutter is important. Decluttering is important so that you can so that you can listen to your gut. So number 5, that was listen to your gut. Now, number 6, don't make a deity of anyone. This is important, and I see this happening a lot in our communities with celebrities, social media influencers, politicians, anyone of power, basically, anyone within a powerful position, basically. Too many times we are making deities of people. People aren't gods. People aren't meant to be worshipped. It is okay to admire people and to respect people for their accomplishments in life, but it is something totally different when you start exalting people into the clouds, right? And I see this happen a lot, and I see so many people getting carried away and just led astray by people who do not have their best interests at heart, and it's very sad to see it. And the sad part is that these people can't even discern that it's happening, because they have shot this person up into the moon and they're still here on earth, and they can't, and it's just a total disconnect in reality. So again, it is okay to admire people and respect people for their talents and achievements in life, but do not fall into the habit of following idols and making gods out of people. That's not what, we're all human beings and people make mistakes. We are not gods. So with that, what I want to do is do a quick recap of what we went over today, and I'll start with discernment. So again, discernment is the ability to judge well. Discernment is the quality of being able to grasp and comprehend what is obscure. If you are religious, you understand that discernment is the perception and the absence of judgment with a view to obtaining spiritual guidance and understanding from a God or supreme power or being. Now, the 6 strategies that we went over for becoming a more discerning individual, if you aren't already. Number 1, beauty distracts. Beauty distracts every time, guys. Always remember that we have a lot of people in life who have people's eye. They look good on the outside, but they are not good on the inside where it really counts. A lot of people are morally corrupt on the inside, so do not be one of these type people that are taken away with that. Learn to judge people by the content of their character. So again, beauty distracts. Number two, watch everything. Get in the habit of learning your environment and watch, and not only watching what people do in front of you, but watching what people do when they think that your back is turned. Number three, listen. Listen to everything. Listen. Be objective listeners. Take this. Take the standpoint of being neutral. Don't go into it with any preconceived ideas or notions about what you think you know. Listen. Be objective listeners. Listen for fluff words. That way you can discern between what's real and what's not real. Listen for consistency when you're speaking with people. Listen and don't interrupt when people are speaking. Don't listen for confirmation or validation. Again, be on the lookout for people that like to overload you with information and statistics. Number three, that was listen. Number four, declutter. Remove the foolishness of this world and add in things of substance to your life. Remember, edify your soul. How do we do this? It will be scripture and religion for some. It will be moral philosophy for some. For for some people, it will be prayer. For others, it may be meditation. This will be different for everyone. But get into the habit of keeping your character in check. By keeping your character in check, you keep your internal belief system in check. Other ways to add into your life, add things of substance into your life, are through positive music, positive friendships. Again, it's going to be different for everyone, but get into the habit of adding things of substance into your life. Number five, listen to your gut. Never ignore your gut. By listening to your gut, you're listening. Listening to your gut essentially means that you're listening to that little voice that we understand to be discernment. This is the voice that guides you, helps you to make wise decisions, and also alerts you to impending danger. So never ignore your gut. Number six, do not, I repeat, do not make a deity of anyone. It's okay to respect people for their gifts and talents, but people are not gods. All right? You should not be worshiping people. When you get into the habit of worshiping people, it's easy to be led astray. So do not make deities of anyone. So with that, Gender Revamp, this is all that I have for you today. I'm excited to have been able to share that treasure with you, that gem, because